This is kind of like what happens when you get lazy and you have more garlic than you think you have. But what we're doing today is we're going to be sifting out some of our garlic and prepping our garlic bed. It's October, which means it's that time of the year. All right. These are some of the ones I've already bundled up. You may have those on growingoutthebox.com. That's per pound. Not sure, but what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and kind of see how much I actually have, because I have no idea how much garlic I have here. I just stopped cutting. I had so many, but I figured I'd get back to it eventually. So we got, this elephant garlic everywhere. So the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting off some of these here. And then what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be prepping our bed. So we're going to be a minute over here because we got a whole stack right here. That has to be cut also. Look at those babies. Let me just show you what we're working with here. And again, this is going to be our garlic for the 2024 going into the 2025 season. Look how beautiful that is. Throw that down there. That's a small one here. We won't be using this. This will go into one of our garden beds, and we'll use that for pest protection. So that'll go back in the box. The only thing that we're looking for right now are these size cloves. Another small one that'll go into our box for pest protection. This is what we're looking for. So we're going to be a minute here. So we'll get back to you once we got all these sifted through. So we got all of that done. We got some small ones, and we're just going to toss those back into the box. And again, that's going to be for our pest protection in the garden throughout the winter and the summer as well. We'll break these up and we'll throw them over here, the ones that we're going to be planting today. That's what we want to do this year. So this is my third year doing this garlic. And these are the kind of cloves that we're looking for. Every year we want to go bigger. What I'm going to be doing today is basically separating them so I can know right off the bat just what I have that's going to go towards my garden this year for my 2024 garlic season. Let's see if I can find a corm in here somewhere. This right here is a corm. Now, if I plant this year, which I have, and I have some corms that I planted last year, and the corms turn into rounds. So you have this the first year. This is actually the second year, and it turns into this the third year. And we're just going to keep separating these until we get the larger ones out, and we'll know exactly how many that we have at the end. Ooh, look at that. This type of bulbs that we want to be growing this year. See how they fit in my hand, and I got a pretty nice size hand. So basically all we're doing is splitting that up. And that's what we come out with. Those, like I was telling you, we're going to use these in our garden beds for pest pressure. Looks like that's the last one there. And then I still have these that I packaged up. And I was considering on selling these, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Again, I need to weigh everything up. These are 1 pound each. Sit those right there. This is what we have, these type bulbs. Thumbnail. Thumbnail. So we're gonna harvest the rest of our black beans. See, we still got a few little pieces here. Gonna go ahead and take those off early. I just cut these off at the root. I'll grind these up with the lawnmower, throw it back into the bed, mix it in, and that's what you call green manure. So now that we have that all cut out, remove all the cypress mulch. A lot of this stuff's already breaking down. You can see how it's crumbling up. And I'm gonna show you some ways that we can save a lot of money and get you a good harvest out of your garlic. So once I get all of this mixed in, I'm gonna mix in some powdered eggshells for our calcium. We're gonna mix in some powdered banana peels for our potassium. We're gonna mix in some alfalfa pellets, and that bone meal is gonna help with that bulb formation. And we're gonna let this sit for a couple of weeks to let the microbes in the soil start to break it down. Every year on my birthday, that's when I plant. So what we have right here is our alfalfa pellets. Now we can just toss them out in the bed and they will eventually swell up. What we're gonna have here, we're just gonna plug it up. We're gonna make us a meal out of it. Got our little coffee grinder. And that's how we get our alfalfa meal. See that? That's our alfalfa meal. We're gonna do the same thing with our banana peels. And we've been saving these for a while. And you see they're all dried out. But we just want to increase the surface mass on it, so that it's easier for the microbes to break it down. And again, this is our potassium that we're going to be adding in. And that's what our banana peels look like. And we're just dumping them in there. Now remember, you don't need a lot of potassium because potassium doesn't move much. We can put potassium in here and it'll last probably for the next 2 years. So you have to be very careful on how much potassium you do add. Your nitrogen is mobile, so the nitrogen you're gonna have to keep replenishing. You don't wanna add as much potassium. One more little batch. But I just wanted to kind of, for the sake of the video, kind of show you guys how I do that as well. You don't want to put your eggshells in the ground. They'll be there for the next 3 to 4 years. Get you a little cheap coffee grounder like this and turn those eggshells into a powder. Not only is that going to be providing calcium for our garlic, but it's also grit for the earthworms, and that's very good for their digestive system. And then we're just going to mix all of that together. And we're just going to take it. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to let this marinate for like 30 days or so. Just massage it into the soil. We're going to do 56 cloves in this particular bed right here. So once we come back, we'll take our alfalfa pellets, worm castings, our bone meal, along with our DIY fertilizer that we just made, and we'll put it in each one of the planting holes. And then we'll mulch the entire bed. And at the end of the day, we come up with those large cloves that you see me with every year. And we're growing out the box.